Yo, what is going on, guys? It has been a minute since I have filmed a video, posted a video. Like, y'all haven't heard from me in like a month and a half. So I am here today to talk about my debt-free journey, my spending, my progress with all of that, what has been going on, why haven't I been posting. Not like anyone has really asked me those questions. It just feels a little weird to, pick up filming right where I left off without discussing any of it, and I have made progress on my debt, so it only makes sense to talk about it. The first thing I want to talk about is my spending. How has that been going? Because normally around this time of the month I would be posting a video talking about how the previous month went with my spending habits, with my debt payoff journey, everything like that. I did not track my spending the last 2 months, and so I could not tell you how much money I've spent. I can tell you it's been a lot. Whenever I don't track my spending, it just goes through the roof. But I have been making a ton of progress on my debt, so there's that, which is really good. In next week's video, I will be diving a little bit more into that, so make sure to check that out if you're curious at all. Let's talk about debt. That is the thing that I really wanted to talk about with this video. My current debt balance stands at $2,238. I am so close to being done, guys. I am so close to being done. I just have to keep going. I just have to keep working at it, and I have a plan, guys, and I am following the plan currently, trying to somewhat, maybe, kind of, I don't know. I'm working on it. Now, there have been a couple of setbacks. First of all, you may notice that my background has changed. There is no longer that super ugly half tan, half blue background. Yes, I unexpectedly had to move. It wasn't expected. I was planning on staying at that place at least through August, but circumstances changed and I had to get out of there. And I didn't realize quite how suffocating it was until I actually moved out. And I feel so much better. When I moved in here, I just had a sigh of relief. Felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders, and I'm much happier in this place. However, there were moving costs, and that did create a setback in my debt payoff journey because I had to pay for it somehow. And I wasn't prepared to move. I wasn't planning on moving. It happened very, very suddenly, and I had to pay for it. So not only did that keep me from making progress on my debt, but I did have to use a little bit of debt to pay for it, which was not something that I wanted to do, but it's something that, needed to be done. And in hindsight, I am much happier for it. And even with that, I have made a little bit of progress. Now, I don't think anyone who watches my videos keeps like super close track of things on my videos, but there was only like a $300 deficit between my video in February talking about January and this video where, my debt is currently at $2,200. Back then it was at $2,600, so there's only a $300 deficit, but I paid off a lot of debt. That is because I did have to take out a substantial amount of money in order to pay for this move. Things happen, life happens. It's important to plan for these unexpected occurrences. Now, some people choose to create their emergency fund and then start paying off their debt. And that would allow you to avoid this situation. It's a great solution if that's how you want to go about it. My choice has always been debt first, emergency fund second. And I still stand by that choice for me. However, this situation did make me realize, oh, well, there's a really good reason why people choose to go that other route. Now, I'm not going to change things around for me. I'm almost out of debt. And honestly, if I were to go back, I probably wouldn't do things any differently. It does give me a broader understanding of why people choose to go that different path so that they avoid situations like this. I just wanted to share my own personal projection on when I will be out of debt. I am anticipating, unless there are any more like unforeseen circumstances, I will be out of debt by the beginning of May, which is in a month or so, and I'm so excited. I hope that really happens, and that is for a couple of different reasons. So the first one is I will most likely be getting a bigger tax return than I expected. Last year I got unemployment. I was unemployed for 4 months during the pandemic, and because of that, I guess the government passed a new bill, which was part of the stimulus package, where qualified individuals can get up to $10,000 back from, if they received unemployment. I don't know exactly how that works. I'm not a tax person, but I do know that I do qualify for that, and so I will be getting a bigger tax return than the $300 that I was originally planning on receiving, which is amazing. It's amazing. The second thing is because I just got a job, and because I haven't started yet, I don't know what the hours will be like. It is part-time. I am still keeping my other 2 jobs, so I will be doing both at least for the next 2 to 3 weeks. I start this week, and after this week I will be able to decide, okay, do I need to leave one job? Can I leave both jobs? Like, what do I need to do? Which means that at least for the next month, I will have 3 jobs, which will up my income. So I'll have that. The third thing is when I moved, I found an apartment that is actually a little bit more expensive than what I was paying before. However, I did get a deal where if I did an immediate move-in and signed a lease for next year as well, then I would get 2 months off of my rent. So these first 2 months, I don't have to pay any rent whatsoever. So that frees up a lot of money to go towards my debt. Nothing is getting in my way. Even with these setbacks, you just kind of have to pick yourself up again and keep going forward. And that is what I've done with this setback. That's what I did last year when I lost my job. Things always have a way of working out in the end, and I'm not out of debt yet. I'm still working on it, but it's happening. The last thing that I want to talk about is why I haven't been posting. And now, no one has asked me this question. This is completely unsolicited answers that you're getting in this video. But again, I feel like it would be kind of weird for me to just go straight back into posting content without talking about this. So first of all, the unforeseen circumstances that caused me to move, they were super unforeseen. I wasn't expecting to have to move, and moving is a lot. Moving during quarantine is a lot. My mental health this entire year has been basically a complete shit show, and then moving on top of it has it's just made everything a lot more stressful, and I am dealing with my mental health. It has been declining, and I'm working on it, I guess. That is something that I'm currently in the process of filming to talk about in future videos. My content is in the process of changing, so I will be talking about all of that. My whole channel is about breaking down the walls of taboo subjects. It started out as breaking down the walls of talking about income and money, and I will continue to do that as I showcase my financial health. But my channel is evolving past that to talk about all facets of health: physical health, mental health, yes, financial health, social health, environmental health, all the healths, okay? All the healths. And so I will be talking about, the struggles that I've been dealing with my mental health and things like that, because I cannot be the only person that has been dealing with this. This is year 2 of quarantine, and I cannot be the only one that is going crazy. States are opening up completely. People are getting vaccinated, and I'm still here at home by myself. It's taken on a complete life of its own, and it's just been incredibly difficult to do tasks that are super simple, like cooking healthy food and doing laundry and showering. Things that are super easy for a lot of people have been increasingly difficult, and I'm doing it. I have been doing it, but that has been taking up pretty much all of my energy, and so I haven't really had any energy to film a video and edit a video and things like that. And one of the things that I have been telling myself is to just do it. And this is something that I have been telling myself for a while. It's like a little mantra of mine. And sometimes it is super helpful, and other times it's like, well, what does that even mean? How do you just do it? And I can't tell you. It's completely just random. So that's why I haven't posted. And this is becoming like a little bit of a habit. Like I'll post consistently for, you know, a month or two, and then I'll go off the grid for like a couple of weeks, and it's always fine. It always ends up being fine, but it's not something that I really ever talk about. Like I really do just go straight back into posting content, and I don't really ever address it. But because my content is changing, I feel like I do need to start talking about this just so that I can continue to be authentic. And, you know, who knows who it'll help. Maybe it won't help anyone. Maybe it'll help a ton of people. I don't know, but if I don't talk about it, then I will never know. So that's what's up with that. Okay, I'm gonna go. This was an awesome chat. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!